always taking action for you.
Good evening to you. Tonight we are hearing for the first time from a woman who knows the mother in custody for the death of a newborn found at a recycling center.
Yeah, for almost 2 weeks we've worked to find answers for the baby. 7 Action News reporter Kim Russell is live in Roseville with the details on the arrest. Kim?
He's the little baby who didn't have a chance. Roseville police say he was born in a garage here in East Point, here on Glasgony Street. His body would later be found at a Roseville recycling center. Police aren't confirming her name until she is arraigned, but multiple sources say this is her Facebook page. She describes herself as a full-time mommy. People who know her would not give her that title, but say she did give birth to 3 other kids.
I was terrified for those kids.
This woman who wants to remain anonymous says she called CPS after witnessing 2 children of the woman, a toddler and a little one not old enough to walk out alone in the snow without shoes or coats. They appeared to be living in filth.
You could smell just this rancid odor coming from the house every time they'd open the doors. And, you know, obviously it wasn't a healthy environment for these kids.
Then she says police responded to a heated argument between a neighbor and the woman about leaving her very young children home alone.
She said, "Who's in the house with your kids?" She said, "Nobody is." She said, "Well, then who's, you know, you need to be in there with your kids watching them because they're so young." She said, "Well, I have to make money too." Police came out. They had to put gas masks or whatever, you know, the ventilator mask on to go in, and they removed the children right then when they came.
The kids now in someone else's care. Their mom, a 24-year-old East Point woman, is expected to face charges for the death of her 4th child, a little boy found almost 2 weeks ago at the Community Recycling Center in Roseville. Police say she admitted to leaving him for a time in a cold garage at a friend's house on Glasgony in East Point. Police say several people heard the story of the baby and thought of her. Evidence backed up their suspicions.
They knew she was pregnant, and she was no longer pregnant. And her stories that she was giving just weren't adding up, I guess.
As for how that little baby ended up at a Roseville recycling center, investigators say it's possible he was put out in a bin like this one at the curb. His mom is expected to be arraigned tomorrow. In East Point, Kim Russell, 7 Action News.